Well, good morning, folks. This is Bev, and we are listening to AGM Around the Table, and we are talking with Miss Tammy Rogers of the SteelDrivers. We are so excited to have you here today, Tammy. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Beth. Thank you for having me. Been looking forward to this.
Oh, we have too, and I've been listening to the new CD coming out. There it is. Woo! So excited. And you're right there in front, which is good because you're the only girl in the whole thing.
I am that wasn't, particularly by design, but I am really happy with the photography and we went out to Rachel's chapel at the Hermitage.
Oh, I was wondering where that is. Oh my gosh,
Isn't that
it's a
gorgeous?
really cool.
Yeah, I had played a wedding there, believe it or not, a friend's wedding
Oh,
years
awesome.
ago. And it just always struck me, the simplicity and starkness, but the beauty in that room and that building.
Right.
And Jackson built it for Rachel. So, it just has a tremendous meaning. And I don't know, there was something about it immediately when we started talking about packaging and I love to think about the whole project, not just the music, the
Right.
photography, the layout, everything. And that immediately came to my mind and mentioned it to the folks at Gaither, and they were totally on board. They thought it was a great idea. And
Right.
I love that the photo on the back, that's looking from the door inside outward, and you see that gorgeous tree back there.
Yeah.
So
That
I'm
is really a cool shot. So
very
excited.
proud.
You should be, because that's really a cool spot to have all of that, because you're taking a lot of the older songs and just giving them a fresh feel, and then you've got some wonderful new songs out as well, and that I can't wait to share with everyone. That the whole CD is so good. I have really enjoyed it. So your release was just a little talk with Jesus.
That was the first track. Yeah. And we we started talking with Gaither really not that long ago. I think it was maybe the very end of 2022 or very early in 2023. So they were excited about the project, and we got
Yeah.
excited and we got it done, and here it is, just a few
It's
short
like,
months
here we
later.
go.
Yeah, so we they gave us so much freedom and
Uh-huh.
flexibility to record the
Awesome.
songs that we felt a personal connection to, in addition to our original material. Um,
Uh-huh.
so when it came time, I mean, I love all of these songs. So, I kind of felt like they knew the market, and we let them run with what they felt they should lead off with the single, and that was their choice. So,
Yeah.
really exciting, and I think they made a wise choice because we put it in our set. I guess the last 5 weeks or so now. I think the first single came up about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and people
Hmm.
immediately
They
jumped on.
want to grab, they're like, where's the rest of it?
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
and
So,
I understand their formula now for wanting artists to cover some old traditional things because immediately people are singing along.
right, right. They feel a part of it right away. It's those old songs that it amazes me that we've grown up with all these songs for years, and then you don't sing them for 30 years, and then all of a sudden you sing it again, and it's just like right there.
In
It's like
there.
it's in there and it comes right back out. It goes to show you, of the teaching and learning as a child, it sticks with you forever. And that is why it's so important to train, get these songs and get good stuff into our kids' minds, because it does play out later on.
I
Uh,
agree.
so um get me going down that road, man. We'll never return. We'll better not go there.
Yeah.
So okay, Tammy, tell us about I mean, I I am just blown away with all the things you guys have been accomplishing over the last few years. And you guys have really taken off with you've got Grammy Awards, you've got IBM, you've got the Bluegrass, you've got all of that stuff going on. You've been Group of the Year. I mean, geez, Louise, girl, I tell you what, you guys have been on a fire.
We've been really lucky. But we've also put in the work. We've
Mhm.
continued to tour, and we don't typically put out a record every year. So I think when we do put something out, people sit up and notice.
Mhm.
This is our first record since 2020.
So
Uh,
2, 3 years.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, almost 4 years, because it was February of 2020 when it came out. So three and a
Oh,
half.
wow. So yeah, close to.
So, I think it's, kind of a testament to really sticking it out and staying committed to our original vision and sound of the band, and our fans have stuck with us through all these years, and that's really what keeps us going.
That is, I mean, you guys have you do bluegrass, you do gospel now, and gospel has always been in you because you just can't pull gospel out of the hat and say, I'm going to do a gospel. It has to be in there to be able to do that as well as you guys have done it. So, that I know people are going to thoroughly enjoy this CD. But now back in 23, if I'm not mistaken, um, correct me if I'm wrong, on the Grammy and the IBMA award, that was last year, the 23, or was that in
The Grammy, we won the Grammy in it was for our 2015 release.
2015? Okay.
Grammys in February of 2016, but yeah, it was for Best Bluegrass Album that year.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Got
we've
my
been
dates.
nominated for different IBMA awards throughout, kind of our whole career.
Right.
We're actually up for an Americana award early on in our career. So
Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
um, which
All genres.
exactly. I mean, I think people have tried to categorize us, and honestly, let's see, two of our Grammy nominations, we nominated 4 times, were in the
Wow.
country category.
Oh,
So
wow.
I think that people have had a tough time categorizing us from the very beginning. And
Hmm.
not that that was really our, you know, thought or design.
Right.
Just, when you have an original sound, which I think that we do,
Hmm.
we'll try to say, oh, well, it's bluegrass. Well, no, it's Americana. No, it's country.
It's
So
just all over the place. It's just like, just tell us to play. We'll play. We'll make you happy.
it's, we just say, it's good music and it's original music,
Yeah.
and we get fans from all across. I can't tell you how many fans come up to us and say, I was a hardcore rock and roller until I heard you guys.
Right.
Now I
That's
love
funny.
bluegrass. Or, I only listen to punk rock. I mean, just crazy things that I'm
Right.
like, that has no relation to what we do, but I love it. I
And you're
love
like, how did you come across this anyway? From hard rock to this. I'm not quite sure you come, but that's funny. But you guys have a lot of followers. You have millions of followers. And with due rights, because the music that you're doing is just fabulous. And if I put my glasses on, I could see a little better on this writing. So
got mine on. Don't feel bad.
so let me put them on so I don't do that again. Okay, so from 2009 and going on, I mean, you guys have just really stormed the industry. And then when you decided to do this Tougher Than Nails, and it's a great song, great CD. Everything is really good. I was listening to them, and I had one that really kind of got my attention. And it was track number 5, and it was Magdalene. And that really, now who wrote that one?
I wrote that with two of my very frequent co-writers and dear friends, Liz Hingber and Tom Utes. And that was actually, we wrote that um, very near the recording of this project. So that's
Wow.
written really specifically for this project in mind. And I remember the day Liz and Tom both came over, and we were sitting right over there. And Liz had this idea, this lyric idea. She said, "I want to write a song about Mary Magdalene. I feel like she
Uh-huh.
deserves a song."
Right.
And I loved her thought process, and she already had, a start on the lyric. And
Uh-huh.
um I I knew from what we had already been talking about within the band musically, kind of what songs we were still looking for, or I felt we needed to fill out the project.
Uh-huh.
So the music on that particular track was more my contribution, because I really said, this is the groove, this is the feel that we need, and kind of came up with the music and the melody. um and so that's how that song came about, and I absolutely love it, and we've started putting it into our live show. It is the next single.
Mm.
I think it comes out Friday.
Oh,
So
I hope so. Yay. I agree. I love it. I think I've listened to it probably 3 times, and it's like, oh man, I like that one. I like the music. I like the lyrics. It's a great song.
it
So,
sneaks up on you a little bit. You're kind of listening because it's got that easy, almost gentle
uh-huh,
fun feel, with the banjo
right.
through, and then suddenly you're like, oh, wait a second, that's what that's about.
Yeah,
So
I know that's pretty much what I was listening to that, because it has a great, I love the tune, the music of the track, and then you're listening and you're like, oh, wait a minute, what are they saying? And
yeah,
it catches you a little off guard, but I love that. So kudos to you guys. I think it's a great song. And one of my old favorites is His Eyes on the Sparrow. That is just, I think, one of my, I don't know, ultimate favorites of the old hymns.
mhm.
And it just makes us realize, you know, God loves us so much,
And he's
and
always watching.
he's
He's
always watching.
always present, and just to know that, I mean, what a comfort.
Yeah.
And what a, just a feeling of being uplifted, and always being in the hands of God. Yeah, that when we were picking songs, um, I intentionally wanted something to really feature Matt Dane,
Uh-huh.
lead singer. He has this gorgeous, really in many ways his voice is a little bit more country than
Hmm.
bluegrass. And I thought, that lyric and that melody would really highlight his style in such a beautiful way. And it did. It totally, it kind of surprised me that he wasn't that familiar with the song.
Yeah.
And he came in, and I was like, I sent him the title. I said, "Hey, check out His Eyes on the Sparrow." And so many of the versions are really super gospel,
Hmm.
and
Right.
you can go on the rabbit hole of YouTube, as I call it.
Yeah, I think
And there's some
just check it out.
incredible recordings, but I knew for us, I wanted to strip it down in a way so that it really kind of became all about that melody and that lyric.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt completely killed it. It's just a beautiful performance, I
Yeah,
think.
I agree. He did. And he has such a great lead vocal. Oh my gosh. People, let me tell you, you might be saying, okay, girls, come on, Shirley. No, he has a great vocal lead, and this whole CD is just phenomenal. And I am so excited that you guys chose to do it, and for such a time as this. And we could go down the list. I'm telling you, I will someday.
Huh?
That one's good. And you going home, that's an old one that you guys redid,
Yeah,
if I'm
that's
not mistaken.
Bill Gaither. And,
Yes.
you know, um, he and Gloria are such iconic figures in gospel music, but also songwriters.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it would be a really cool, kind of tip of the hat to them. I mean, it's on their label,
Yeah.
to find something, you know, that really worked for us to
Right.
honor their legacy. And again, when you strip away a lot of, maybe the musical setting or the, the arrangements of their
Mm-hmm.
music, the lyrics are so, they just work perfectly for us. And that's what,
Uh-huh.
again, that's what I was really looking for. It's like, okay, what is that really, almost pure, direct lyric, simple, kind of song that we can turn around and do in a very bluegrassy style. And I just thought it worked great.
It did. It took me a minute to when I was listening to it, I said, now wait a minute, that doesn't sound, and I had to listen a little bit longer, say, oh yeah, okay. I know what that one is. So that was really that you guys did a great job. So
I hope they like it. I haven't heard their any comments yet, but fingers crossed that he and Gloria love it. So.
oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. We'll have to ask him. Come on, Bill, give us a review here. He'll be like, oh, great.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you have any other songs on here that, I mean, they're all great, but I mean, do you have anything that is like one of your, besides the number 5? We know that's a favorite. Who wrote 30 Pieces of Silver?
That was another one that I wrote with Liz and Tom. And that one may be my personal favorite.
You think? Okay.
And I'll tell you a little behind the scenes. When we recorded that in the studio, that vocal, Matt's vocal, first time through, all the way through, no fixes.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, and go back and listen to it with that in mind.
I will.
You'll get chills. I mean, he sang it. I mean, we tracked all the instruments, and then he went back and we started doing vocals, and he went in and he sang it, and I was sitting in the control room, and I hit the talk back button and I said, I didn't hear a single thing. Do you want to come in and listen to it? And he was like, yeah, sure. Yeah. And we sat and listened to it down, and I was stunned. I was absolutely stunned at how perfect his vocal was. So that's a really special one. And I loved, that's not a traditional kind of bluegrass sounding track that we did on that. I added a bunch of strings to it. And we added some more, like an octave mandolin, a bouzouki, and just kind of filled out the production. So that's kind of the largest produced piece on the whole record. So I hope people get a chance to hear that. I'm really, really proud of that whole production and how it came together, and not just the vocals, but everything about that track. So.
Right. That is, and that I agree with you. Kudos to you all again. But on that, I will go back and listen to that, because I was just listening to that song this morning, actually. And it's just, it has a great storyline. Yes. A great storyline. And I think people will thoroughly enjoy it. I know they're going to enjoy the whole CD. And let's tell them how they can get a hold of the SteelDrivers. If you're not one of the millions or a couple million people that already are following them, we need to add another million. So we'll just add another group of people to the SteelDrivers followers. So let's tell the people how to get a hold of you guys.
Well, they can listen on all the, digital platforms, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Amazon, all that stuff. If they want a physical copy, and we're very soon going to have vinyl of this. Record collectors. We're super excited about that. They can order it directly from us, SteelDrivers.com.
And we'll put that information we'll put that information up for you guys.
Great. And I'm assuming that they can probably order it from Gaither directly as well, and probably Amazon, wherever you buy your music, this should be available.
There you go. Well, it was easy for me to find, and I'm sure everybody else will enjoy finding it as well. So I'm telling you guys, you don't want to miss out on this project. The SteelDrivers outdid themselves and totally. I'll tell you, I think it's just making God tap his toes because it's so good. It's just he's like, yeah, that's good music.
I love that. God tapping his toes.
You know it. It sounds like a song. Maybe you can write a song now. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, the SteelDrivers with Tougher Than Nails. Let's show that CD one more time. There you guys go. This is Tammy Rogers of the SteelDrivers. She's a fiddle player, and amazing fiddle player at that. And I'm so excited for you guys. And Tammy, thanks so much for taking time out with me this morning.
Are very, very welcome. Welcome to my kitchen.
Oh, I love your kitchen. I'm a cook, so I love kitchen. So it's like, oh, I've been looking. It's hard to keep, not get distracted. Oh, that's nice. Like all the girl stuff.
And I appreciate your comments. We're just super excited. And Gaither, music group, they have been so fantastic to work with. And I have to say, we played this. They really trusted us, and didn't hear the record until we had it finished. Wow. And we told them, the songs that we were probably going to record as far as the traditional ones, but they hadn't heard the originals. And when they came by to hear it in the studio, the thing I loved the most about them were they were so listening so closely, the comments on the lyrics, and they really know what they're doing. So I just couldn't be more pleased to have this collaboration with them.
That is exciting. And Bill and Gloria are just wonderful people, and they have put out and been behind and backed so many fabulous groups, and for them to come behind you like that is so exciting. I'm proud for you. I'm so excited for you guys, and I can't wait to see what this is going to do for you. And man, hopefully it'll bring you another Grammy, right?
Grammy, Doves, whatever, we'll take them.
We're not particular. Whichever one you want to send our way, we'll do it. Well, Tammy, thank you again for joining us here on Absolutely Gospel Around the Table with Bev. We don't have our table in front of us, but we are in your kitchen. And so that will work for today. God bless you. And thanks again for taking time. And until next time, everybody, get your copy of the SteelDrivers CD. You will be blessed, and you'll be tapping your toes, and you'll be just falling in love with the Lord the whole way. All right, guys. Thanks for coming, and thanks for dropping in, Tammy. Talk to you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.